Hey guys, welcome back to Dawn Investments. Today's video is just going to be a quick video on how to use the Thinkorswim platform by TD Ameritrade. I'm getting a lot of private messages asking about, ways to chart, how to do this and that on the platform. I just thought instead of answering questions individually, I'll just make an overall video on it. So this is the Thinkorswim platform. You can get it simply by going to thinkorswim.com. I'm already there. You can click on the trading tab and then download Thinkorswim. I'll put the link in the description, but yeah, click on the trading tab, download Thinkorswim. You can contact them and they'll open your account from there too. You can click open a new account here, and you can even start off trading paper money. The time is a little bit delayed on the paper money account, but it's better than nothing, and it's a good way to learn trading with fake money, which is their paper money, quote unquote, and that's how you can start trading. But once you have the platform, I'm just gonna go into like some of the things that many people will want to know. Okay, so starting from the beginning, let me this is how how it'll look when you open Thinkorswim, except that your watch list will be empty and a few other things will be empty. First thing I want to go over is how to add stocks to your watch list. The first thing you want to do if you want to add a stock to your watch list, you can type in the ticker up here in this box. Like for example, I have Google up. You just type in the name like that, and then you can either go to this little bullet point thing right here, and as you can see, you could just add something to your watch list right there, or you can come to the side and simply type it in on one of your watch lists that are open over here, like typing it in right there, just like that, and it'll add it, and it'll be on the list. To add this area on the side right here, you would simply let me take things out. You would simply click on this plus sign right here. It'll bring up a lot of options. You will look at the bottom of the list and click on watch list, and then from there you can create a watch list, personal as in stuff you've made already, public. And just you can add any type of watch list to this area right here. If you want to create a watch list, you just click create watch list, make a name, or test, and then start adding symbols like Google, Tesla, stuff like that. And then that's just how you make it right there. And then you could delete the gadget and just remove it just like that. Very simple. Um, the next thing I want to go over is adding indicators to your charts. This one is also simple. You'll just press studies up here, click on edit studies, and then these are a list of indicators that you can add. There's a lot of them, anything you would ever want. MACD, RSI, just click it. You can edit it by double clicking it just like that. Change your settings as to what you would like. In a different video, I can go over like my settings on my indicators, just like that. Moving averages, simple moving average right here. Type in your EMA, your exponential moving average, your EMA. Just add it, make the 9 day, 20 day, whatever you want. Simply add indicators like that. Another thing you could do is go into this little gear for chart settings and change a few things. First, for you can set alerts. I'll show you how to quickly do that. You can set an alert right here by right clicking, pressing create alert. And when you right click, you have all these options: buy, sell, all this stuff. But you create an alert like this, be alerted at a certain price point, at or above, at or below, below, above, and create an alert like that. Usually this is how it will look, this big line, but because it's cluttered, I made it like this, where it's just one single arrow, and you could do that by going into the settings and clicking alerts and show arrows only. If you don't press show arrows only, and you just click show alerts, this is how it will look. And with a lot of things on your chart, once you guys eventually get to that point, this will get a bit cluttered. So I would suggest, just making it show arrows only. Also in these settings, you can press overlap volume, which I like to do just so you can have space for other indicators on the bottom. If you don't press that, your volume will be right here. So I like to press overlap volume. Again, in your settings, you can create this expansion area is important. I usually make it around 200 to 300 just so you can have space on your chart. It comes more in handy for like 1 minute charts. If you keep it on its default at 0, this is how it will look. Yeah, they look kind of close like this. So you would want to, increase the expansion area just so you can have more space on your charts to make better decisions. Um, in terms of time frames, you can add time frames here. These are my time frames that I use on a daily. You just add time frame, add it however you want. Intraday, daily, custom, by tick, by range. Very, very intuitive, very simple to do. Just simple stuff. This is how you would add it over here. This intraday one is how most of my time frames are. Select a day, 1 minute range by 1 minute, and you'll have some. That's what this is right here. This is 1 day by 1 minute, and that's how it will look. Also, in your settings, you can go to appearance and change a few things. If you don't use candlesticks, you can use bars, other forms of candles. I just keep it on candle. You can also here change the color of the bars, of the volume bars. I know some people like that red-green volume bars. I keep mine just one color so as to not confuse me. You can just press this right here on the volume bars and it'll be red, green, and the white volume bars like that. That's how it'll look. I keep it at one color, a different color, this default blue. Next thing I want to show you guys how to add level 2 in live news. This is important, especially when you're in trading during the day. Level 2 is very important because you can see tickers, who's buying and selling what, stuff like that, especially when you're trading very volatile stocks. You just click level 2 on the right, this menu right here, level 2. You can increase it, decrease it, and so forth. Same thing goes for live news. You see news with something that's moving the stock, news for the stock, anything like that, just click live news. You can have multiple up at the same time. You can also, a little tip and trick for this, you can also have live news on the side as well for a particular watch list. To do that, you would just click plus, look for live news, and then it'll give you live news of everything. But then you can change it here, and pick a watch list. broad. That's what is one of my scanners. And it'll show you live news. I have it up here already set up. Um, for this is my one of my watch lists called Swings. I just call it Swings because that's how it started, but that's just it has a bunch of stocks. It's just everything I have on my main watch list that I'm focused. And I have live news there. So anytime news pops up from one of these companies, it'll pop up right here. So I'm always updated on anything I have in my watch list, and that's a nice way to stay on top of things. Once you get comfortable making your own charts and you have like a something set up. For example, you can kind of let me add a bunch of stuff here. Um, you can you can save your charts the way they look. How I You can save your studies and save the chart layouts. How I just loaded this up because I saved it. For example, to do that, if once you have a lot of things on your chart, you can just simply save it by going to Save Study Set, and that'll save all your indicators and your studies, just everything on your chart right now, and you name it. I already have it, names and stuff, so I won't redo it. And then you can just load it from there. You can also save your chart layouts. For example, up here you would go because from here you can add multiple boxes as such, like two boxes, three, anything you want, and you can save it the way you want it. For example, I have one box format right here. Um, with Google, and it'll give you that one box left right there. And then, or I have other stuff loaded up. For example, here's the four boxes I have and stuff like that. Just keeping it simple. To save the chart layouts, you just whenever you make something, you just click Save Grid As, and then name it. It's that simple. And if you ever want to go into your settings, like a particular part of your settings, without going through the gear right here, you can just click on one of these. Like this is for indicators, edit studies. You can just edit studies right there, change the style right here, stuff like that. Pretty simple stuff. You can also get into other parts of the platform, like up here it says charts, profit, flexible grid, product depth. For example, you can go into flexible grid, and this gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of what is on your screen. With the regular chart layout, you can add a lot of boxes, but like when you add four boxes, you can't really change it how you want to. This is the most you can do. Yeah, as you can see, like stuff is just not as flexible as you would want it to be. You can't really move stuff from down, just stuff side to side. Maybe you can kind of move this around, but it's not as flexible as a lot of people want, how I would want it. So what I do, you could just go into flexible grid and do it like that, like this, like have one big screen on the top and then have multiple at the bottom. As with as with charts, you can't really do something like that because it's just you can technically do it like this, but I just like the flexible grid a little bit more. And then And now lastly, just to go over the last couple of things, you can, up here you have a bunch of options, tools, education. This will teach you some things that you can find on our YouTube channel, but if you want it from Thinkorswim, you can click education right here. Tools, this is like I've only used videos, and it'll give you like videos of basically news and stuff, market watch, stuff like that. Show this stuff you could just play with. It just shows like a calendar of like events and stuff for major companies. Your scanners here. So what's up? This is my pre-market scanner that we have a video on it. If you want to understand the settings on it, we have a video on the channel. Come here to analyze. I don't really get into these, but you can. It depends on what you're trading. If you want to trade other things like besides stocks like forex options, these are all things that you want to use, like analyze, monitor. And if you trade on the Thinkorswim platform, you can come to trade, and as simple as that. If you don't want to go to trade, you can just click buy and sell right here. Buy, sell, and options will come up like confirm your order, edit your order, and it's as simple as that. Oh, and one more thing, you can create trend lines like this, or straight lines by coming down to the bottom and clicking this little symbol next to the drawing set, and you can change what you want. This money symbol with a line is it's called price level, but I use it as just like a straight line to draw my support and resistances, just like that. And then if you want something a little bit more flexible, you click on trend line, and you can go any direction you want, because price level only goes a perfectly horizontal line. This is more flexible in that regard. You can have your text tool right here, and it'll pop up if you want like notes on your chart. And you can just play around with this. This is another tools that you can use. Zoom in and out. You can do it like that. This is not really zooming. This is just expanding the chart area. But for zooming, you can either go like this, or use these two tools at the bottom next to your active tool. You zoom out and zoom in, stuff like that. Very simple. And then you can adjust it you want by holding on this y-axis right here and just moving it up and down. And if you want, you can clear out this whole thing, make nothing be there, make something be there. Time and sales, I'm sorry, and this will pop up. Active trader, if you trade on this platform, this is a nice tool right here. You can trade, buy market, sell market. You can have everything up. Big buttons, they're just buy and sell orders. Dashboard, it's around the same thing. And yeah, that's really pretty much it for the basic knowledge for Thinkorswim. If you master all that, then once you master all that, you can go more in depth with the platform on your own and really be able to excel pretty easily. But everything I just showed you is it's pretty much the foundation that you would want in using this platform. And if you incorporate those into your daily trading, I'm sure you'll make better and more informed trades just utilizing some of those tips and tricks that I went over. There's so much more to the platform that I wouldn't be able to go into without going into an hour-long video, but yeah, that's basically it. So thanks for watching. If you have any more questions on specific things you want to get into, just let me know, and I'll be sure to answer you as fast as I can.